Hello, hi, welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be talking about a very interesting topic, which is know the job before you do the job through the lens of an operations manager in logistics and supply chain management. So, let me start with a very simple idea that in supply chain, every decision has a direct impact on your cost, efficiency, and customer satisfaction. So, if you do not truly understand your role, even a small mistake can disrupt the entire flow of operations. Sounds scary, I know. That is why it is very important to understand the job before you step into it. So, let's first understand the job title itself, that who is an operations manager. If we talk about it like a layman, an operations manager is responsible for overseeing the end to end operations of a business, and in a supply chain context, this means that the entire flow from procurement and production and inventory management to warehousing, transportation, and last mile delivery, that person manages everything. So, in very simple terms, I think an operation manager ensures that the right product reaches the right place at the right time at the right cost. Yeah, that's all about the operations manager. Now let's talk about the key roles and responsibilities. Now, an operations manager is responsible for planning and coordinating daily operations. They monitor inventory levels to avoid both stockouts as well as overstocking. Stockouts lead to customer being not satisfied, and overstocking leads to your increased holding cost. So, herein we need to ensure optimal inventory turnover. They also manage warehouse operations and making sure that operations like or processes like picking, packing, and dispatch they all are done efficiently without any error. Another major responsibility is transportation and logistics planning. Now, here this includes route optimization, coordination, and ensuring on time delivery, which directly impacts your service level as well as customer satisfaction. They also work very closely with suppliers and vendors, which ensures that procurement process is done very smoothly, and it also helps in maintaining strong customer relationships as well as strong supplier relationships. Importantly, I feel that they continuously focus on cost control and process improvement, often using concepts like lean operations. Lean operation is basically minimizing your waste, and process optimization to reduce waste and improving efficiency. Moving on to the skills required, I'm talking about the major skills required. So, to perform all these responsibilities effectively, an operations manager needs a mix of technical as well as managerial skills. Strong analytical skills are essential to understand the demands pattern, forecast requirements, and also to make data driven decisions. Problem solving again is very crucial because supply chains are dynamic, and unexpected disruptions can happen over very time. Delays and shortages, they are very common, so one needs to be always in coordination with the real world, so that if by chance, god forbid, if any disruption happens, but if it happens, they know they must have a plan B and a plan C already ready so that they can implement it quickly. Communication and coordination skills are again equally important, since this role involves working around or across multiple departments and stakeholders. So, one must know how to communicate freely and respectfully as well. And you must coordinate multiple departments, because if even if like one department it lacks coordination, your entire flow can get disrupted. Next skill can be time management and decision making skills, because they are also very critical, because operations often involve tight deadlines and real time decisions. And of course, having knowledge of supply chain tools and concepts like inventory control techniques, ERP system, WMS, logistics planning, it is all a very big advantage if you know it, so that the company doesn't need to train you on it because you already know it. So it can be a very huge advantage in your part. Now, briefly talking about career aspects, the role of an operation manager offers strong growth opportunities. One can start as a coordinator or maybe an analyst, and then they can gradually move up to roles like senior operations manager, supply chain manager, or even head of operations. And with the growth of e-commerce and global trade, the demand for skilled operations professionals, it is continuously increasing. It is a highly versatile role. It allows you to work across industries like retail, manufacturing, logistics, and even startups. But here's a key point. All of it, all of this growth, it is only possible when you truly understand the role before stepping into it. because without that understanding, managing operations becomes reactive instead of strategic. So, an operations manager, it is not just someone who manages processes. They ensure efficiency, coordination, smooth flow across the entire supply chain. And that is why, before taking up such a critical role, it is important to understand the responsibilities, skills required, and the impact of your decisions, because you yourself are held accountable and responsible for for your decisions. In supply chain, if you do not understand the job, you cannot manage the flow. So always remember, don't just take the job, know the job before you do the job. I hope it helped. Thank you.